Having a safe and secure place to live is a fundamental human need. Yet in the UK, an increasing number of people are denied this basic right, facing the harsh realities of homelessness. The crisis is not just about a lack of shelter, it's about the disintegration of lives and the fragmentation of our communities. As the gap between average incomes and housing costs continues to widen, more people are finding themselves priced out of the market. The shortage of affordable housing options, coupled with cuts to social services, has created a perfect storm, pushing vulnerable individuals and families into homelessness. The image of people sleeping rough on the streets is a stark reminder of the crisis we face. But homelessness is not just about rough sleeping. It encompasses a broader spectrum of housing insecurity, including those living in temporary accommodation, sofa surfing, or living in overcrowded and inadequate conditions. Behind these statistics are real people with their own stories, their own hopes, and their own struggles. It's time we listen to their voices and work together to find solutions. The UK's homelessness crisis is not a new phenomenon, but it has been steadily worsening over the past decade. A complex interplay of factors contributes to this growing problem, including a shortage of affordable housing, poverty, unemployment, and a lack of support services. According to recent figures, over 280,000 people are estimated to be experiencing homelessness in the UK, with thousands more at risk. One of the most significant drivers of homelessness is the chronic shortage of affordable housing. The demand for social housing far outstrips supply, with long waiting lists and stringent eligibility criteria making it difficult for those in need to access safe and secure accommodation. The private rented sector, while offering more options, is often prohibitively expensive, particularly for those on low incomes or receiving benefits. This affordability crisis is pushing more and more people into precarious living situations, increasing their vulnerability to homelessness. Homelessness is often associated with a stereotypical image, a single, middle-aged man sleeping rough on the streets. While this image is a stark reality for some, it is crucial to recognize the diversity of those experiencing homelessness. The crisis affects people of all ages, genders, and backgrounds. Families with young children, care leavers, veterans, and people with mental health issues are all disproportionately represented among the homeless population. Relationship breakdown, domestic abuse, loss of employment, and mental health issues are just some of the factors that can contribute to someone losing their home. The face of homelessness is changing, and it's no longer confined to urban areas. Rural homelessness is a growing problem, often hidden from view and poorly understood. Behind the statistics and headlines lies the devastating human cost of the homelessness crisis. Each number represents an individual life, a story of hardship, loss, and often trauma. People experiencing homelessness are more likely to suffer from physical and mental health problems, substance misuse, and social isolation. They face stigma, discrimination, and often feel invisible to society. The impact of homelessness on children is particularly devastating. Living in temporary accommodation or insecure environments can have long-lasting consequences for their development, education, and overall well-being. Children experiencing homelessness are more likely to suffer from anxiety, depression, and developmental delays. They may also face bullying, social exclusion, and educational disruption, perpetuating a cycle of disadvantage. The human cost of homelessness extends beyond those directly experiencing it. Understanding the causes of homelessness is crucial for developing effective solutions. It's not a simple equation with one answer, but rather a complex web of interconnected factors. Poverty, lack of affordable housing, unemployment, mental health issues, and substance misuse are just some of the elements that can contribute to someone losing their home. These factors often interact and exacerbate each other, creating a vicious cycle that can be difficult to break. The shortage of affordable housing is arguably the most significant driver of homelessness. The demand for social housing far outweighs supply, with long waiting lists and stringent eligibility criteria. Private rented sector options, while more readily available, are often unaffordable for those on low incomes or receiving benefits. This affordability crisis is pushing more and more people into precarious living situations, increasing their vulnerability to homelessness. The UK's social housing system, once a robust safety net for those in need, has been steadily eroded over the past few decades. Years of underfunding, right-to-buy policies, and a lack of investment in new social housing have created a chronic shortage of affordable homes. This shrinking safety net is leaving more and more people vulnerable to the harsh realities of the private rented sector, where high rents, insecure tenancies and unscrupulous landlords are commonplace. The Right to Buy scheme, introduced in the 1980s, has undoubtedly benefited many individuals and families who have been able to purchase their council homes at discounted rates. However, the policy has also resulted in a significant loss of social housing stock, with far fewer homes being built to replace those sold. This has exacerbated the housing crisis, pushing up rents in the private sector and making it increasingly difficult for low-income households to find affordable accommodation. The lack of investment in new social housing is a major contributing factor to the current crisis. The impact of the homelessness crisis extends far beyond the individuals and families directly experiencing it. It has profound social and economic consequences that affect us all. Homelessness places a significant strain on public services, including healthcare, social care, and the criminal justice system. The costs associated with managing homelessness are substantial, diverting resources away from other essential public services. Homelessness can also have a detrimental effect on communities, contributing to a sense of fear, insecurity, and social breakdown. Addressing the homelessness crisis is not just a moral imperative, but also an economic one. By breaking the cycle of homelessness, we can reduce the strain on public services, improve community cohesion, and create a fairer and more just society for all. Addressing the root causes of homelessness requires a multifaceted approach that focuses on both prevention and early intervention. Providing timely and effective support to those at risk of homelessness is crucial for preventing them from falling through the cracks. This includes offering financial advice and assistance, mental health and addiction services, and support for families and individuals facing relationship breakdowns or domestic abuse. Early intervention programs such as Housing First have proven to be effective in reducing homelessness and improving the lives of those affected. Housing First prioritizes providing permanent housing to those experiencing homelessness, without preconditions such as sobriety or employment. Once housed, individuals can then access the support they need to address any underlying issues, such as mental health problems or addiction. By empowering individuals to take control of their lives, we can break the cycle of homelessness and help them achieve long-term stability and independence. At the heart of any effective solution to the homelessness crisis lies the urgent need to increase the supply of genuinely affordable housing. This requires a significant investment in social housing, both through the construction of new homes and the refurbishment of existing stock. The government must prioritise social housing over other forms of tenure, ensuring that it is genuinely affordable for those on low incomes. Alongside increasing the supply of social housing, it's crucial to regulate the private rented sector to make it fairer and more affordable for tenants. This includes introducing rent controls in areas with high housing demand, banning no-fault evictions, and ensuring that all rental properties meet minimum standards of decency. By creating a more stable and affordable private rented sector, we can reduce the number of people at risk of homelessness. Tackling the homelessness crisis is not just the responsibility of the government or local authorities. It requires a collective effort from all sectors of society. Businesses, charities, faith groups, and individuals all have a role to play in creating a more compassionate and supportive society where everyone has a safe and secure place to call home. Businesses can contribute by offering employment and training opportunities to those experiencing homelessness, providing work experience placements, and supporting initiatives that help people develop new skills and gain valuable work experience. Charities and faith groups play a vital role in providing frontline services such as food banks, night shelters, and support groups. They also offer advocacy and advice to those navigating the complex welfare system. As individuals, we can all make a difference by challenging our own prejudices about homelessness, treating those experiencing it with dignity and respect, and supporting organizations working to address the crisis. By working together, we can create a society where everyone has a safe and secure place to call home.